What's up, guys? Um, so today we're gonna be talking about the new, they call it Phase Four, if I'm correct. Yeah, Marvel Phase Four. And this is like they're after they just ended the timeline or like that sort of how to arc that story arc, and they're about to go into their Phase Four. So supposedly that's what it is, and we're gonna go over. This is usually gonna start in 2020. That's gonna when the new blockbuster movies or movies that everyone that they plan on doing, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna tie into their new thing. And and looking at this, I'm wondering if it's gonna be like the next generation, because we've all had those next generations things and they usually don't do as good, but this is Marvel we're talking about, so I really want to see what this is about. So first off, on May 1st 2020, we have Black Widow. Thank God that is first, because Black Widow, people have been talking about it, been saying she needs a movie. I agree, she definitely needs a movie because I also want to see what type of storyline they're gonna take, because it's always been Black Widow, she's been a spy and such, but I want to honestly understand, because I never really understood her background. I never really read the Marvel comics. I only read the ones that I wanted to see, which was usually like Deadpool and whatever the main you know whatever people liked during then. It was I That's really what I was paying attention to, but it was very hinted at that Black Widow and Hawkeye met up, and they how do I say this? Those two probably went on to some type of adventure, is which what got them into God, I can't remember, into Shield. So I'm wondering, is that gonna happen? But then again, in the first Avengers, I believe it was the first Avengers, the first one, they go against Loki, and they talk about her dark past. So what I'm thinking of is, are they gonna make it too dark? Because DC, that's what started their road to downhill with Batman versus Superman. Not only was it really really bad in the first place, but they took themselves way too seriously and made it way too dark than what was necessary. Now, now after that, we have fall in 2020. In the fall of 2020, we have Falcon, the Winter Soldier. So I feel like, since it used to be Captain America and the Winter Soldier, Cap's about to die. I'm wondering what they're gonna take, because those two, and I think it was in Civil War. They didn't really connect, but they had some of their scenes where they're like, when he dated what his girl's, I think it was granddaughter, kids, they're like, yeah, my man. But I'm not trying to share what they're gonna do with that. I gotta see a trailer before I make my final judgment. I hope you guys keep in touch with that. Next is Eternals. Have no idea what's going on with that, and that is in November 6th, apparently, 2020, or nope, no, yeah, November, whatever, it's sometime in November 2020. Eternals. I'm thinking, I don't know what that is. Okay, the next one is February on the 12th in 2000 and 2021, and it's called correct me if I'm wrong, Shang-Chi, the Legends of the Rings. Now, at first I was thinking, oh, this must be like Doctor Strange, but then I was like, no. And then I further realized, no, this is gonna be their first. I don't want to assume anything, but their first Asian international lead in the Marvel. So that's gonna be actually very interesting. And since this has the Legends of the Rings, I am gonna assume it's gonna have some in continuity with either in continuity with whatever else other movies that are gonna be happening. Because if they're having this like Doctor Strange or any other movies that they have their own, in some way this is gonna have to play in a big part of the finale. and then there's the next one, which is in spring of 2021, is Wanda and Vision, because we all remember that Wanda had Vision taken away. They had their own little love thing going around, and then Thanos took that, and then he was such a savage when he said, and Endgame, he was like, "But I don't even know you." It was so, I was like, oh my gosh. He's like, "I don't know you," and it was so savage. But we got to see what happens. Are they gonna bring Vision back? Because technically, they have the stones back, so it's not like they can't rebuild him. Oh wait, no, they technically they don't. They have to send them back to the original things, but that does not mean, since they have their own timeline back, that means that if that timeline continues down the road, then that means they might be able to find them in their current timeline. But it's a multiverse. Stupid, it's whatever. It's whatever. It's back and forth. We don't know. I just want to see what happens with those two, because especially they're gonna create they're supposedly creating their own fighting a new force, like the new Avengers going around, and I want to see what happens with that. And next, which I honestly want to see, is on May 7th of 2021, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. There have been some talk saying it is a horror movie, which I am not sure what that's going to be about, because if you really think about it, they haven't really done any horror movie. Like, the only horror movie that I can think of was Logan, which was, it was just because it was like, and it wasn't actually like horror, or it was mostly not even really a thriller, but it was just, classified as a horror. So I'm not sure how they're going to do this, because now they're going to be doing multiverse, in which in the first Doctor Strange, that was a little bit not really talked about, but kind of hinted towards. And now that we got this this whole timeline thing out of the way, so we're gonna go to the next step, is multiverse, and that is what which the Marvel Comics has a lot of, and if you read the comics, you will know a lot of. Next is, what they're actually giving? Loki. Loki's getting his movie in spring of 2021. Now, we're not sure what this is going to be about, because he died in I think it was either, it wasn't Civil, it was Infinity War. He died in Infinity War, and so he died. But if you remember in Endgame, when they messed up, he took that stone and ran. He took I forgot which stone it was, and he ran away. So are we gonna look at that timeline? That's gonna be really interesting. But again, gotta see the trailer to figure it out. The next is summer of 2021. It's called What If. Now, I don't know what this is going to be about. All I know is that it's an animation. Please, in the comments, let me know what that's about. But the real one I've been waiting to talk to this entire time is Hawkeye. Fall of 2021. He is finally getting his movie. I think that he needs a movie on after during like Endgame, in between Endgame and Infinity War, the snap. So I really want to see what happens there. I really, really do, because that's going to be so interesting. But if they take this too dark to, like, with Black Widow, because he goes on his very rogue thing. But I always liked Hawkeye, because it was always him and Black Widow who didn't really have powers. I mean, Tony Stark, but he's rich. It's like Batman. What's your superpower? I'm rich. But Hawkeye, I honestly think he deserves a movie. Now, I was talking with my mom about this, but she says she doesn't think that, the actor who plays Hawkeye, I forgot his name, can hold a movie. Because all the other movies that the actor played in, like the, something with, I don't know, it was Jason Bourne, and the Jason Bourne that he played it and didn't do so well, but whatever. I think it's Hawkeye though. I believe in him, and so, and I honestly, and then the last but not least, Thor, Love and Thunder. I don't know what this is gonna be about. I think it might be something about you know how he left his family, his people, and is going on this huge thing to get himself back, because remember, top, our favorite version of Thor, or at least the funniest version of Thor is Fat Thor, because that's hilarious. So we gotta see what's going on. So please, guys, in the comments below, let me know what you guys think about this. If you guys have any comments or anything you guys want me to do, please let me know. Don't forget, turn on the notification. You guys already know what to do. So, bye.